okay? I told you I was gonna do this. I told everybody I was going to do this, and look at me now. I am your new...
What do we want to talk about?
I am him! I am him!
Hey, this is the Red Carpet Rain featuring TBK, the Turnbuckle King. Got another good one for you guys today. We'll talk about WWE NXT Stand Deliver 2024 highlights. These are the highlights from the NXT event that just ended not too long ago. Great event. It is a lot of good matches and an announcement made too. But definitely, I want to go over each match, tell you who won, tell you who I had, and go down the list, shall we? Now, the pre-show was Joe Gacy versus Shawn Spears, and Joe Gacy won the first match, was the pre-show. Now, this was not so much a shocker. I mean, it could have went either way. It could have been Shawn Spears, but ended up being Joe Gacy. Now, I originally had Shawn Spears because I knew he was returning and it would be good for him to get a win on his return. For those you don't know, Shawn Spears is Ty Dillinger, and he was on the NXT brand before. But I thought he would win this match against Joe Gacy. Unfortunately, he didn't. And Joe Gacy finally got a win, which is great too. Because I know Joe Gacy was on a losing streak. He lost to Dijak twice, and he hasn't found a win since then, the longest, but now he got it. So congratulations to Joe Gacy on winning the match. And who knows what's going to be the next thing or what's holding the future for Shawn Spears. Will he get a rematch or he'll start a rivalry with someone else? Who knows for that matter? But like I said, great match to kick off the NXT Stand Deliver 2024. So definitely a great match to kick it off. But let's move on to the next match of the evening. Now, this is the first official match after the pre-show. And that match is Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker versus Axiom and Nathan Frasier. And to retain the NXT Tag Team titles. Now, I thought with Braun Breaker being on SmackDown as a superstar, I thought he would somehow lose the belts because he's on the main roster. Maybe him and Baron Corbin break up, but it turns out they go down like that. But I'm glad they did win because Wolf Dogs, is going to retain. Now, when they both came out in the interest, when I saw the Wolf Dogs t-shirt of Braun and Baron, I knew they was going to win, and I knew that was a wrap. And then I knew it wasn't even a prediction. It was pretty much a spoiler at that point.
And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
So I knew they would retain. Good spots in the match. Baron and Braun work very well together. They have very good chemistry. I don't know how much longer they'll hold on to the belts. But I will say this, they haven't, I don't see them losing anytime soon, since they did win at the biggest event of the year, which is NXT Stand Deliver, which we all know, which is the NXT version of WrestleMania. So I will say that's a good thing. I'm glad these guys won and retained their belts. But they did their thing. Braun and Baron, like I said, very good tag team. I don't see how they would start losing now. I could be wrong. But then again, I could be right. But they're gonna hold the belts on for a little bit longer. I don't see these guys losing. There's no reason for them to lose. Now that I know that they won at the biggest event of the year, which is Stand and Deliver. Because Braun hit that combination at the end of days and then a spear is pretty much second to none. So definitely something good for these guys. I wish Bear would go to the main roster to come back, or at least have him win the NXT Championship. Doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. But who knows what will be next move. I am glad that, like I said, he was able to get a championship under his name. So I'm glad that happened with Baron Corbin, because him and Braun, like I said, they're very solid guys. I don't see why they wouldn't hold on a little bit longer. Next, see him, Nathan Frasier. They got time for they win the belts, just not right now, any given moment, because these guys are on the run, and that's Braun and Baron. And like I said, it's the best. It's at least they're doing something with Baron Corbin. At least he's being utilized properly. At least I could say that. So, but definitely something to look forward to. And congratulations to these guys winning. And also congratulations to what the future going to hold for both of them regarding that. But these guys, they got it though. Now we're going to move on to the next match. The next match of the evening for NXT Stand Deliver. This was one of the best matches, if not the best match of the night. If not the best match of the night. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the NXT North American Championship. Obafemi versus Dijak versus Josh Briggs. Not only was this the match of the night, this is one of the best triple threat big man match I've seen. These guys really brought it to each other. There's no other words describing it. These guys, I know Obafemi proved why he should be the man as far as NXT North American champion. He proved that today. He really proved that he is the man.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
I like how Josh Briggs and Dijak work together to work against Obafemi. I like the spot where Obafemi sat in a chair outside, and Dijak took Josh Briggs and he threw him over the apron off the top rope, and he sat on top of Obafemi. And then I liked how Obafemi, he threw around Dijak like he was nothing, and Dijak is a big dude. He over the power and strength was second to none. So I really admire that in the match. These guys showed just not power and strength, but agility. All three of them. Josh Briggs did his thing too. Much credit to all three of these guys in this match. Much credit to all three of these guys. I have no other words. These guys, they did their thing. They did their thing, and they did it. I have no other words but to say, but this was definitely an awesome match, and it was very, very good.
Because I am that damn good. And I'm awesome.
Yeah, so these guys, they brought it. This is one of my favorite matches of the night. One of my favorite matches of the night, if not the best match of the night. Good rare reaction. Salute to you that's coming out. But yeah, this was a great, great match. It was a great match. One of my favorite matches of the night. This was definitely my favorite match. If not, it's my second most, the most. It's one of my two favorite matches of the night. Like I said, these guys, NXT, they really brought it. And it's only getting better and better with the NXT division. Very, very great match. I love how all three guys utilize each other. Dijak, Obafemi, and Josh. They all worked very, very well together. Yes, very good match. And it was an excellent show, yes. But with that being said, I don't know. Obafemi, like I said before, they're already touting him as a future main eventer for WrestleMania in the near future. They already got him listed as a future main eventer, and I definitely see this man being a future NXT World Champion. He will, if maybe even after Ilja Dragunov future run as NXT champion is over, whenever that case may be, or whoever is champion after him. I do see him. I do see Obafemi being the next champion. So salute to him. Salute to all three of those guys. Great, great work. Great, great match. Next match we have it's a 6-woman tag. And we know that it was Thea has some issues with JC Jane. And it was Thea, Fallon, and Kalani. They won a 6-woman tag. They won by Thea Hale tapping out Izzy Dame. Izzy Dame, the taller one next to JC Jane on the left. She held Thea up. Thea held that arm that utilized her finisher and tapped her out. It was a great spot in the match, and it really played off Thea and JC Jane, how they were former friends, and how JC didn't want to deal with Thea. Thea said, come on. They just attacked each other back and forth. It was amazing match. Great 6-woman tag match. Kalani Jordan with the moonsault. Great. And, of course, Kiana James even impressed me with the little spot she had with Fallon Henley. Great spot. This was a good match. Very good match. Yeah, if he cannot be beaten in a one-on-one match, if he's to lose, it'd be triple threat. Are you talking about Obafemi losing NXT North American Championship? Yeah. Yeah. Or unless you're talking about Ilja Dragunov NXT champion. But yeah, back to this match. This was a great 6-woman tag match by these women, and they did their thing. Salute to these women in this match. Now, another favorite match of mine, I have that was my first evening, and that was Roxanne Perez and Lara Valkyrie. Yeah, the story is good. Obafemi. Yeah, Obafemi is a new guy that just came onto the NXT scene. He won a breakout tournament, which is similar to, it's equivalent to the main roster Money Bank contract, and he cashed it in on the previous champion Dragon Lee, and he's been on the tear since then. He's been champion ever since then. Can't be stopped. But I agree, you have to get him into either triple threat, maybe even a 4-way match. Back to this match, Lara Valkyrie, NXT Women's Champion versus Roxanne Perez, NXT Women's Championship. This is just as I predicted. I said Roxanne Perez was going to defeat Lara Valkyrie, as she never lost the NXT Women's Championship, as she was close to beating her at Vengeance Day due to interference, from Lola Vice cashing her NXT breakout tournament, and she failed. Also Tatum Paxley, getting involved in the match. Even though it was no DQ, triple threat rules, I said Roxanne had Lara beat. If it weren't for those two, getting involved in the match, and, of course, Lola Vice using her contract, Roxanne would have been champion at the end of Vengeance Day. And it turns out she did. Not only did she defeat Lara, she tapped her out. And she won clean, too. She won clean. And Roxanne is now a 2-time NXT Women's Champion. And she's a champion as a heel. And I'm liking this Roxanne character. She's a combination of Alexa Bliss, a little bit of Mercedes Moné as far as mannerisms, style, and the move quick in the ring. She's a little bit of those two. And as far as being in ring talent, she definitely has it. She's very quick on her feet. So she actually deserved it. Even though she's a heel, she deserved the championship. And I'm glad Roxanne won this title as a heel. was not a fan of her as a babyface champion, but now she a heel. It's on and popping now. It's on and popping. I mean, all bets are off. Gilbert, you said I love Perez. I think they could have sold the armbar any better, but a great women's match, the main roster have to break it now. Watching this one, yeah, we'll get to the women's division on NXT Women's Division later on. But yeah, yes. She they didn't have to make. I see what you're saying. Lara didn't have to tap out. They could have her hold on a little bit longer. But at the same time, Lara did get out of the cross-face submission before. But I see what you're saying. They could have sold it a little bit harder. Definitely could have sold a little bit harder. But other than that, she is your brand new NXT Women's Champion. Did she ever fight Tiffany Stratton? Roxanne, I don't know. She never had a rivalry with Tiffany Stratton. However, Tiffany did fight Lara Valkyrie last year at NXT Battleground, and that was for the vacant NXT Women's Championship, which Tiffany did beat Lara in, but no. Her arm was bent. Perez did it. Yeah, you're right. That was a little bit different with that. I see what you mean by that. Was a little bit off. You're right. But other than that, though, great match. One of my favorite matches of the evening. One of my favorite matches. Next to the NXT North American Championship match with those with the triple threat match. But definitely a good one. We're going to move on to the next match of the evening. We're down to two more. And this match was I'm going to have to give it to you red carpet ring style. This was not one of my favorite matches, but my prediction was correct, and it was Ilja Dragunov versus Tony DAngelo from the family, and Ilja retained his NXT Championship. And this is my problem. Ilja, I'm not taking them from him all the way. He is great athletically. He is very athletic. He can move, but he does the same thing every title defense. He gets torn down at the beginning of the match. He has little to no offense. Then he comes back, and he always showed a resilience because he's the dragon. I get it. He just does the same thing every time. It's always it seems like he's down, but he's not. And it seemed like he's gonna get defeated, and he's not. But it just killed me. He does just the same thing every time. And it's always the same thing. And what do I mean by that too? Ilja, he always do the same thing. And what he does is his finisher, he does it every time where you think he has to do it so many times. And the move I'm talking about is his move. It just I just don't get it. I don't get it, but I get why they have to book him like that, because he's the first Russian ever to be signed with WWE. I get that. The thing about it is, he does that flying head, but he does the flying elbow. He always does that about 2-3 times throughout the match. And the thing about it is the H-bomb. He does the H-bomb. He always has to do like 2-3 times to put his opponent down. He'll do it once, opponent kicks out. Even sometimes twice, the opponent kicks out. He does off the top rope, and he even does it onto the announce table or off from the top of wherever the case may be. It has to be a special spot for the H-bomb to put his opponent down, and it gets old and repetitive, and it just does not give me sold on he is a dominant NXT champion. I'm just not sold on that with him. And with that being said, it was not only the reason I could predict it so well, because it was so predictable, and it was very, very boring of this match. So with that being said, and even though I like this event, This is a great event thus far by the match that I'm talking about. This match it goes on my list for something I did not like. It's going to make the list, unfortunately.
You just made the list. Oh, no.
So I did not like this match so much. No, it was not a fan. But Ilya retains like I thought he would because Tony DAngelo, who is a tag team competitor, who just lost NXT tag team belts with Channing Stacks not long ago. Channing Stacks was trying to get him to cheat with the brass knuckles. He said no. I knew he wasn't going to beat Ilya for the title because they make Ilya now. Ilya's looking like he's super Ilya, like he can never lose, and which is making his run very, very boring. So I can't wait till he lose that belt. But next match, we got the match of all matches, main event match. First two black men to ever main event an NXT Stand and Deliver event. What do I mean? Trick Williams and versus Carmelo Hayes. And as I predicted, Trick Williams won the match. Great match by these men. They both came at each other, former best friends, coming at it. Trick Williams proved that he wasn't just a sidekick to Carmelo Hayes. He could bring it too. He showed resilience. He put up the good fight. Carmelo tried everything. He tried Melo don't miss. He tried everything, and he couldn't get it done. And Trick took advantage. Even Melo went as far as getting a chair, even though Trick hit him with a chair. But with that being said, this was a great, great, great match. And Trick is just so much over with the crowd. And I'm talking he over like a main event over, even more over than Swerve Strickland in AEW. Whose house? No, we at Trick's house. This is NXT house. And he brought it in his hometown of Philly. So congratulations to Trick Williams. Well deserved it. Only show me what the future holds for him because he is definitely got it. And I would like for him to win the NXT Championship from Ilya especially. But definitely congratulations to Trick Williams and also congratulations to Carmelo Hayes. Putting up a good fight, but unfortunately almost isn't good enough. You still lost. Take that L and eat that L, Melo. Now, with that being said, I do have the announcement that was made tonight. As I made I think I talked about this a month and a half ago. I said WWE needs a mid-card women's championship, not just for the main roster, also for NXT brand. And they actually did that. They have a new NXT North American Championship. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a tournament set up for it. I don't know who's the new champion going to be, but this is something that is good. I'm glad that this is going on. We need this championship because the roster is stacked, not just for the main roster, but for the women's division as well. Top talent. You can name it. Besides Roxanne and Lara, you got Thea Hill, Kalani Jordan, JC Jane. You have Blair Davenport. You have Kiana James. You have lots of women on the roster. Lots of women on the roster. That's great. If they can't be NXT Women's Champion right now, they can highlight their talents and showcase how a great future women's champion could be. And this is championship for it. Hopefully, they all do it right. Yes, I did do a full video on it, and I do have inside information about it. I'm going to definitely put out the video that I did on the NXT Women's North American Championship. But yeah, this is what needed for, like I said, not just main roster, but the women's division in NXT, and it's definitely going to help out a lot of great talent. And I can't wait to see what WWE is going to do with this championship. So the NXT, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, William Regal, the whole NXT front office or development, whoever's involved in putting this championship in the works and got it together. Salute to you. This is what the WWE Universe wanted. This is what I wanted. This is what the red carpet ring and the ringers wanted. This was much, much needed. And I cannot wait to see how this is going to be highlighted on NXT. And also, this also could be highlighted on a brand new NXT deal upcoming this fall with the CW. NXT moving to the CW show. And when we leave the USA Network, it's going to be great, great, and amazing. So salute to WWE, salute to NXT. NXT is only getting better, it's growing, and we definitely see that, especially with the NXT event. Also, I have my rating on the NXT Stand and Deliver, and my rating is a 4 out of 5. They said that this is the most highest attendance for any NXT Stand and Deliver in any event. The metaphor who would have hosted the show, which is Noam Dar, Jakar Jackson, Lash Legend, and whoever the other dude is. I don't even matter his name. He's a nobody. Anyway, they did a great. They was great. They was hosted the show. They were, they goofy, but they did say that NXT Stand and Deliver was 60,000 or 61,000, and this was a great event in Philadelphia. The matches were second to none, except for Ilja Dragunov. So predictable. Other than that, I give it 4 out of 5. Great event. It kicks off the WrestleMania weekend. We do have WrestleMania Night 1 tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Peacock for WWE WrestleMania 40. Then we have WrestleMania 40 Night 2, which is April 7th tomorrow. So this is only the beginning of the WrestleMania weekend in Philadelphia. WrestleMania Night 1, April 6th tonight. WrestleMania Night 2, April 7th, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Yeah, I'm going to cover both of those events as well. So this is a great way to kick off the weekend. But other than that, congratulations to everybody that did well in NXT Stand and Deliver. You brought it. You put out your hard work. It did not go unnoticed. So you guys deserve all the hard work and everything you guys owe. And hopefully, good luck to you, all the NXT people. I know the draft is coming up, and I know several of these stars will be called to the main roster. Whoever gets called, they deserve it. All the hard work, it really shows in the NXT PLE shows and also on the NXT weekly show. So that's all I have regarding this situation, which is the NXT Stand and Deliver, WWE NXT Stand and Deliver 2024 highlights. Thank you all for coming out. Soon to videos will pop up for Red Carpet Ring. First is WrestleMania 40 final predictions. Next is NXT Stand and Deliver 2024 predictions. Until then, it is OUT.